Let's get right to it. Many of you have asked me to make a video on the recent mass layoffs of the top tech companies. Now, I don't have any insight, and it would be almost impossible to get, but I'd love to know how many data professionals in all these companies are being laid off. I'm willing to bet it's a very small number. However, being fired or laid off isn't a big deal. I've never been laid off, but I have been fired. Now you might be thinking, Mike, how could someone with your personality get fired? I'm with you. Believe it or not, though, I've pissed some managers off. I don't regret a single thing I did and would do everything I did over again. Okay, we're getting off track. Me getting fired is another video. Let's focus on these big tech layoffs and why they aren't that big of a deal. Have you ever heard of the Pareto principle? Without going into a ton of detail, it's the principle that states that 80% of the work is done by 20% of the people. That means at any given company, 80% of the employees can get laid off and it won't affect the company at all. What's interesting about the Pareto principle is that it scales exponentially and not linearly. That means the larger the company, the more people you can get rid of. Therefore, Elon can get rid of 80% of the Twitter employees and it has no impact on the business. You can do this exercise at every company, and right now it seems contagious. There is an easy way to avoid this. Don't be part of that 80%. If you're good at what you do, especially in the data world, then you won't have any problems. If you do get laid off or fired, then finding another role won't be that difficult. As an aside, I interviewed at SpaceX about a decade ago, and Elon did the interview. I'll put a link to that story down below because it's slightly comical. Alright, this video is a little bit scattered, so let's bring it back into focus. The Pareto principle tells us that 80% of the people at any company can be removed, and that company is going to function just fine. The Pareto principle scales exponentially. The more people there are, the more useless people there are. You can easily avoid this by becoming a doer, part of that 20%. If you're skilled at what you do, especially in a data role like the data engineer or machine learning engineer, you'll never have to worry about layoffs. If you do get fired or laid off, so what? Move on. Look forward, not backwards. If you become that 20%, then the Pareto principle doesn't apply to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day. We'll see you soon.